Hey guys, what's going on? So today is currently May 3rd, 2020. Um, May 1st is the first opening day of grouper season here in Florida and in the Atlantic. And I've been diving for about 48 hours, so I'm a little exhausted. It's a little bit early in the morning on May 3rd. I just want to go over a little bit beforehand before this video starts. So we did some commercial yellowtailing for the first and second day of grouper season. Works pretty good, especially if you have some good reef spots. So you just go ahead and yellowtail for a while, get a lot of that chum in the water. Now you will have a lot of sharks, but we did a good job of getting those chum in the water. So after catching a bunch of yellowtails, we decided to suit up and hop in, and the blacks are everywhere. So we're just out here shooting blacks left and right. Works pretty good on some spots. Some spots you just get really sharky and you lose some fish to the sharks, but it's been great so far. I mean, the first day, May 1st, it was a little bit windy, about 15 miles per hour. I think it was coming out of the northeast, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong, I can't exactly remember, but it was a little bit choppy out there. Not as many boats out there at all, so we kind of had the water to ourselves. The second, yesterday, it was a lot more calm in the morning. Picked up in the afternoon a little bit. In the morning, though, there were boats left and right, so we were playing dodgeball with all the boats. But it didn't stop us. We got 14 black groupers commercially on day 1, and I believe we got 7 on day 2. So it's a pretty good amount. I mean, today's the 3rd day of grouper season, and we've already put over 20 blacks in the boat. So normally when I do these spearfishing videos, I'll usually just edit it with some music, put some music over the background. But I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do a little bit of voice commentary over some of this, so you have a little background information of what's going on in the actual dives. So go ahead and shoot me a comment in the comment section if you like the commentary, or if you just rather have some music and just something chill to watch the spearfishing too. Just please let me know. Any feedback does help. It helps the video qualities. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit a like. Thank you. So here we are just after yellowtailing. We just hopped in the water. I go ahead and load up the gun, looking around, and there are a ton of blacks on this spot. See how windy it is and a little bit of waves coming in. Sitting here talking to Dylan, pointing out blacks, deciding what we should go ahead and do. You can just see all the fish on the bottom there. You can still see the yellowtails from when we were just now yellowtailing. So we throw some chum down, let it go ahead and sink, and just look around. So this bottom that we have here is pretty much just big rock piles surrounded by sand. Works really well with getting black grouper. There is a pretty fair amount of sharks just from the initial yellowtailing and catching a bunch of fish, bringing them in a boat, blood and whatnot from the guts. But you can just look at the bottom there and just see the variety of grouper. Every single black little dot you see there on the bottom is a grouper. So what ends up happening here is my buddy Jose actually does a dive down and gets a really nice black. Is about just shy of 30 pounds, about 28 pounds. But you can just see them all on the bottom right there. All of those are blacks right there. It's kind of ridiculous. What I was initially waiting to happen is I was going to let Jose take the first shot on a nice black, and then I was going to go ahead and take a nice shot on a black. So unfortunately I didn't catch the clip of Jose shooting his black. It was about a 30 pounder. I think it was like 28 pounds, beautiful black, but I finally caught up with a black after they all skedaddled. So I do a nice dive down. He's sitting right on the edge of this sand right over here. Not moving too much. When I get close to him, I think for sure I had the shot. I was like, he's not going anywhere at all. See a second black roll in just then, and this black starts to book it. Almost had a good enough range for a shot there. Well, not a super solid shot, so I wasn't trying to take it. Did a nice turnaround. Saw this black was about the same size, maybe just a smidge smaller, and I took a nice shot right into the cheek. As you can see here, he found a nice little rock to grab up in. So we're going to have to do a little bit of extracting. Not super good for efficiency and time because we're trying to put as many grouper in the boat as we can, but it's actually a pretty easy extraction. So right after getting that grouper out of the hole, which wasn't too hard, took a few pulls, I'm pulling him up and I see another black. And this happens to be one of my favorite videos I've filmed in a long time. I pointed out Dylan's there to assist me on pulling the black out, and Dylan goes down and absolutely stones this black. Hits him right in the night-night button. I'm going to go ahead and shut up and just let you guys enjoy this part, because I think it is one of the coolest pieces of diving footage that I have.
That was such a sick shot.
Absolutely rolls him. So we go ahead and take both of these blacks right back to the boat. Awesome dive. Took about 5 minutes, 2 blacks, and I really enjoy that video. So right after shooting that black, bring it back to the boat. I saw a few blacks on the way back to the boat, so I told the captain to go ahead and just throw me another gun. So I bring out my hatch roller, swim back over, and what do you know, I find another black here just dazing about in the sand. Goes ahead and gives me a, just checking me out, I guess. He doesn't really give me a broadside shot. So I go ahead and take the shot, hit him right in the eye. This black is going ahead and freaking out, just going crazy all over the place. So I thought for sure I had him. I was like, there's no way I'm losing this fish. And you'll see in a second, my flopper closes. So that black goes in right into a hole. So I go ahead and call over Dylan, because both of my guns are currently unloaded. And Dylan does one dive down, sees the black that's just sitting in the hole, practically dead, and just goes ahead and shoots him right in the head. It was a pretty sweet shot. Just pulled him right out nice and easy. He went right into the hole he was sitting next to. So we go ahead and deliver this fish straight into the boat. So we go ahead and move spots. Initially, right when I jumped in, I saw this nice mutton. So I go ahead and put a nice shot into him, pull him right into the boat as soon as possible. And right in this next clip is one of my favorites of the day. About a 25-pound black. I didn't really get a great recording because I started recording right when I hit the bottom, but hit him right in the spine, and he tapped out. This spot's a little bit different. It's more of a rocky bottom with sand in between the rocks instead of big sand patches and the rocks being around them. It's actually pretty good for blacks. We didn't see too many blacks on this spot today. It was a little bit dead, but this one was definitely worth the while. Just go ahead and check out looking for the boat over there. Calling the boat over because there was a little bit of current on the spot. And I pulled him up. With the bigger blacks, you'll notice they have a little bit more defined tails. So on the back you can see that their tails turn a little bit more black, especially those pectoral fins, the anal fin, and the I don't even know what you would call it, the main fin. I don't know, the fin on the back. But yeah, this was an awesome fish to take home. Really good footage of it. Unfortunately, didn't turn my GoPro on just in time, but it is what it is. So in this next spot, we go ahead and find another black. This one is pushing 25 to 30 pounds. Did a dive down, lined up on him nice and easy. Thought for sure I had the shot, and I take the shot here, and somehow I miss. Not sure exactly how I aimed right for his head, but my shaft decides to go right up underneath him and stick into the rock. Not a huge deal though. He went and found the black the next day. So my buddy Jose does a dive down. I follow down behind him. I see this nice black in front of him. He sees it too. He gets a little bit closer, and he decides that this black is not big enough. He thought it was undersized. I countered him, and I told him to go ahead and shoot it because I could clearly tell that this black was of size. It might have been the angle that he had on the black, made it look a little bit smaller, but I could see him from a little bit different view, and I could tell this black was at least 25, 30 inches long, which for commercialing, you want to pretty much get every legal grouper because every grouper means money. So I go ahead and follow this black around a little bit after pretty much 3 divers dove down on him and spooked him off. So I follow him. He kind of backtracks and comes back towards where we originally saw him. I do a dive down. He's kind of moving a little quick, so in my back of my mind I'm thinking, I might not get the shot here, but I may as well go for it. follow him around a little bit. He slows down, comes right back towards me. Right before he gets in this little coral head, I take a nice shot on him. Immediately, a big bull shark comes up and tries to check out the fish. Right when I see that, I start pulling like hell. And then Jose comes down right behind me and helps me fend off this shark.
Dylan. Small black my ass.
Not the same black.
What? It's the exact same black, I just followed him. It's the exact same black, I followed him and he turned around. Bro, I followed him and he turned around. It was the exact same black. Bro, they just look small on the bottom, they're big blacks.
Alright guys, that just about wraps it up. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and hit the like button for me, and go ahead and subscribe as well if you did enjoy and you want to see some more. If you like the commentary behind the clips, let me know in the comment section. If you just want me to play music over top of it, let me know as well. It makes it a little bit easier for me. But all the divers that I was with today and yesterday will be in the description down there, and be free to check out their Instagrams and leave them a like as well on their videos and pictures. It's only May 3rd. We got all season. Hopefully we'll get some big groupers, some big hogs, so be sure to hit that like button, and we'll see you guys next time.